That's why I still call the song Alice's Restaurant. You can get anything you want at Alice's Restaurant. You can get anything you want at Alice's Restaurant. Walk right in, it's around the back, just a half a mile from the railroad track. And you can get anything you want at Alice's Restaurant. That's about all I can remember, but I learned to play it though, you know, and I'll do almost anything else. I mean, I could, you know, sit down and have a conversation, argue about politics, religion, go scuba diving, you know, skiing, and play this song. It's sort of like second nature. You don't even have to think about it. You can be, you know, like now. I have no idea. I mean, I could just, it's like breathing at this point. Unfortunately, I remember, you know, years ago saying, well, I couldn't do this song every night of my life. It'd be like living in the same Groundhog Day movie every freaking night, you know. And I said, I'm not going to do that, so I'd be learning. I'd be doing it like, I didn't mean to stop, but, you know, every so often. You know, like every 10 years or something. So we did the 30th anniversary tour, and we did the 40th anniversary tour, and I thought, that'll be it. I won't live to see the 50th anniversary tour, but unfortunately, it's coming up next year. And so I'm dreading it. Thank you, but that means I have to learn that whole freaking thing again. And my son said, you know, Pop, don't worry about it. We can get an iPad, put it right there in front of you. And you could just look like you know it, you know. I said, that's really stupid. Why should I be the only one? We could get a screen behind me, and all the words could scroll up, and everybody could do it. It wouldn't be a sing-along so much as a talk-along, but it was such a stupid idea, I thought we have to do it. So we're putting that together for next year, a tour that'll run for about a year and a half or something like that. So if you see us next year, I might know it by then. It's hard remembering this. I mean, you remember some things, you know what I'm saying? There's only so much room in your brain. That's what happens. The older you get, the more stuff you throw out to make room for new stuff. That might not even happen. But you remain hopeful. And the stuff you throw out is indiscriminate. You can't pick and choose. It's just gone. Huh? I meet people like that, and I sympathize with them. Let me do this, though. Hang on a second. I don't know what I'm doing at this point. But I figure enough of the show's gone by, so it's either worth it or not by now. I actually remember back in the summer of 1965, I had got out of high school that spring, and I was mostly playing in these little places, you know, coffee shops and stuff like that, just for pizza money, essentially. And I was doing good in pizza in the summer of '65. I got a call that summer from some of my father's friends, a couple of guys named Sonny Terry and Brownie McGee, some fine bluesmen whose work I really admired and I really loved. And they called me up and they said, Arlo, we hear you're playing some music, you know. Would you consider opening a show for us on the West Coast? We're doing a gig at a club in Los Angeles. And I was so excited. So I told my mom. I said, Mom, I'm going to the West Coast. She said, Arlo, you can't go to the West Coast. I mean, if you go to if you're going to the West Coast, you have to stay with family or friends. I said, Mom, we don't have family or friends out there. She said, well, then the next best thing. And the next best thing was this guy I mentioned earlier, Ramblin' Jack Elliott. He had hung out with my dad for some years, you know, and We knew him. He was a family friend, and my mom figured that'd be a good idea. But at 18, I knew Ramblin' Jack better than my mom. And I was freaking eager to stay with Ramblin' Jack.